Hello everyone, my name is Angel and today we will be finding out how many markers I have in my collection. So I have been accumulating markers since the summer before I went to college, and because I was in archi school, I obviously needed markers to render some of my plates. So just a heads up, there will be a lot. Also, I will not be including regular school supplies such as highlighters and, as we Filipinos so lovingly call it, the pentel pens. So with that, let's just get right into the video. Starting off with something that we are all familiar with, these are the Sharpie Permanent Markers. We are all familiar with the scent that these markers give off, and that can be explained by its base. So this is an alcohol-based marker and it is not ideal for thinner paper, which is obvious by the ghosting that it does on my journal. This marker also gives off an even wash of color that does not build up to a more intense shade, so whatever you put down, that is the color that you will get. So I am using a Limelight journal, which is exactly the same as my bullet journal but in a different color, and I think the paper is at 120 GSM, which is thicker than regular printer paper but thinner than watercolor paper. In this clip, I wrote on a 200 GSM Canton watercolor paper and it still ghosted through, but using a buff paper which I think is 300 GSM thick, it does not ghost. With that, Sharpie Permanent Markers are not ideal for bullet journaling, although they are affordable and they give off an even wash of color. I also have the metallic collection with gold, silver, and bronze, and these colors show up on darker paper, but mine won't anymore because the ink is almost dried out. The neon collection actually has 5 colors, but I don't know where my other pen went because I only swatched 4, but these and the metallic pens don't ghost as bad as the regular pens. Moving on to a bullet journal favorite, we have the Crayola Super tips, which are water-based markers. This means that these are blendable with water, so you can do watercolor on it without smudging it. Water-based markers also rarely ghost and they do not bleed through, except of course if you keep writing on one spot and build up the color there. On the packaging, it is advertised that you can do thicker and thinner lines by using different parts of the tip, and it is also possible to do calligraphy lettering, so if you can't afford brush markers, this is an alternative. Next, we have Tombow Dual Brush Pens, which is a favorite among beginners and non-beginners, but only because it is well known to be great, and it is great. Another water-based marker, this has a large brush tip on one end and a small felt tip on the other end. Because of the large brush tip, it makes larger letters, which is perfect for titles and banners. One Tombow marker is more expensive than a 10-pack of Crayola Super tips, but an alternative is purchasing a set if you are looking to grow your collection rather than picking a specific color depending on your needs. A small set costs around 800 pesos and a large set is over 1,000 pesos, but you will get a colorless blender that you can use to create gradients with your Tombow markers. Elizabeth from Plant-Based Bride does this very beautifully because she is a watercolor person and she works with water-based media very well. I will link one video wherein she used 2 orange shades of Tombow Dual Brush Pens and a colorless blender. This next one is a gift from when I was in grade 11 and my exchange gift was a bunch of calligraphy markers, so I got 5 Zig Calligraphy Markers, which also work as highlighters. One end is broader than the other, but they are both flat, and as you can see, the blue one is almost dried up because I used that one as a highlighter in grade 11. Going back to alcohol-based markers, we have Zig Kurecolor Markers, which I initially used when I started rendering plates in archi school. We did place on thick buff paper, which I think is at 300 GSM, so a few layers of this marker would not go through the paper, but it ghosts like crazy and bleeds through a lot. Another type of this marker is the thinner one, and since I got pastel colors of this kind, they do not bleed through but they ghost a bit. On to the last set of markers, we have the TouchFive Twin Markers, which came in a bag. These were supposedly knockoffs of the Copic markers because we all know how expensive Copic markers are, so I ordered these online. The tips are similar to the Kurecolor ones with broad and fine tip on each end, and they are alcohol-based, which means they ghost a lot and they bleed through the page. There are 80 colors in the set, but as you would expect in any online transaction, some of the markers are dried out and a few don't even write at all, but markers that come at this price should make you lower your standards anyway. The great thing about this set is obviously the color selection, and whatever color I can't use in this set, I have in another set, and there was never a time when I needed every single marker in the set, so was this an unnecessary purchase? Probably, but this one set amounts to 2 Copic markers, so I guess that makes it less of a waste. The set also comes with a bunch of grays with different undertones such as warm gray, cool gray, blue gray, and green gray, so if you ever need to render a shadow in the desert or the beach or in a pool, you can do that with this set. Alright, so after swatching every single marker I have, we've finally come to the end of this video with quite a big number. So the grand total of all the markers swatched in this video is 146, but I might have missed a few miscellaneous markers. But other than that, these are the art markers that I have. So if you like this video, don't forget to click the thumbs up button and also subscribe for more stationery related videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!